Sorry guys, I got cut off. But what I was saying, so imagine Joseph when he was in prison thinking, God, but you gave me those dreams. Like, why am I in prison wasting time? He probably felt like he was in limbo too. We see how Jesus had told Paul that he was going to stand before kings, but it took years before this happened. Before that, he had been thrown into prisons many times, etc., etc. So I can imagine, like, even John, like when he was taken to that island to be there by himself, right? I can imagine they could have probably thought, like, okay, what's going on? Like, is this limbo? But it's in that time when we're alone. It's in that time where God takes us and he takes us apart, right? And maybe we see it like it's punishment, or maybe we see it like, but why am I going through this? Peter, he's confused, he's torn, it's a time of suffering. Remember, the Bible says that Jesus learned obedience through suffering. And this reminds me of, like, again, when we have an animal and we're training them, we're training a dog or whatever, and they do something wrong, what do? We punish them, and then they learn not to do it again through punishment. They learn through suffering, like, oh, that hurt, I didn't like that. They locked me up in that room, or I didn't like that my owner did this, and then they learn not to do it again. So God is so good. Like, he takes us apart, right, to this place where we're by ourselves, and we feel like we're in limbo, and we're like, what the heck is going on? We don't like it. We want to get out of that place, right? We want to accelerate the process, but it's within that time that he separates us from the world. So we're not influenced by the world. We're not influenced by the people of the world, by the social media, by the TVs, by all of this nonsense, right? And we're the only one we can talk to in that place is him. So we become like what we worship, right? We're spending time with him. We're becoming like him. And when he says it's time and he releases us, we're rare. We're different, because now we look like him and everyone else looks like the world. And that's when we can receive our promotion, because rare things call attention. This is when Joseph came out of prison, we see he was promoted. When Esther, she was taken to the palace, and the eunuch got favor and grace with her, right? He took her to the best headquarters, or the best quarters of the palace. So there, when she got out of there, she was promoted. We see when Paul came out of prison is when he stood before kings. We see it's in this time when we're alone with the Lord. Daniel, right? It's in this time when we're alone with God that we start to become like him. We're not listening to so much noise. We're not caring about the things that other people are caring about. It's in this place where we feel like maybe we're in limbo, but in actuality, we're receiving peace in that place. And in actuality, we're being cleansed from the noise. It's different. Sometimes we don't see what's really happening. We are not able to perceive what's really going on. But guys, I wanted to share this with you guys to motivate you guys that even though something seems like it's confusing, or you're going through a time that you don't understand it and you're suffering, God knows what he's doing. God knew how Peter was feeling, but God knew that at the end, Peter was going to be that rock that he says, on this rock I will build my church. And it was just a time of processing and of molding his character in order to give him and to fulfill that promise he had for him. Just like with Joseph, he needed to mold his character in order to fulfill the dreams that he had given him. So guys, thanks for watching. God bless and have a nice day.